Why would a billionaire CEO, surrounded by luxury, women who turn heads, like the sun itself, and the kind of wealth most people only dream of, throw it all away for a girl who sells chicken by the roadside? What kind of love could make a man walk away from high society, flashing lights, and the most glamorous women in Lagos, to sit on a plastic chair in a smoky buka, eating suya and fried yam beside a girl everyone called Chicken Girl? This is the story of Obinna Okeke, the man the world called untouchable, the man supermodels chased like bees chasing nectar, the man who shocked everyone when his heart chose a path no one could understand. Our story begins in Lagos, a city that never sleeps, a city where money talks louder than prayers, where power moves like the tides, and where Obinna Okeke ruled as king. Obinna, at just 42, was the CEO of Okeke Group, one of Africa's biggest tech and real estate empires. His face graced the cover of Forbes Africa, his name made stock markets tremble, and his smile made women weak. They called him the Lion of Lagos. Everywhere he went, women followed. The tallest supermodels from South Africa, the most glamorous Nollywood stars, even princesses from abroad. They smiled, laughed, and sparkled at his side. But when the lights dimmed and the music ended, they left. What remained was emptiness. One evening after a long board meeting, Obinna told his driver, "Take me somewhere simple. I'm tired of all this fake life." Musa, his driver, laughed nervously. "Oga, you sure? Somewhere simple?" Obinna nodded. And that's how the most powerful billionaire in Lagos found himself in a roadside buka in Surulere, the smoky air thick with pepper, fried oil, and charcoal. Plastic chairs creaked beneath noisy customers. No champagne, no chandeliers, no waiters in tuxedos, just life, raw, real, loud. And that's where he saw her. Her name was Amara. She stood behind a grill, smoke painting her face, sweat clinging to her brow. She turned roasted chicken over glowing coals with hands quick and practiced. She was not tall like the models he knew, not polished like the corporate women who orbited him, but her eyes had fire. Her laughter cut through the smoke like sunlight. She was alive in a way no one in Obinna's world had ever been. Obinna sat down quietly, watching her. When Amara finally came to his table, she dropped a plate before him with no bowing, no trembling. "Chicken and fried yam, Abi? That's what you want?" she asked. Obinna, stunned by her boldness, smiled. "Yes, that's exactly what I want." She didn't know him. She didn't care. She just served him, and for the first time in years, Obinna felt seen. Night after night, he returned. At first in disguise, wearing a cap and simple clothes. Then more boldly, not caring if anyone recognized him. He sat in that smoky buka talking with Amara. She spoke with honesty, teasing him, challenging him. When he told her he was a CEO, she laughed. "And me, I'm the Queen of England." She didn't chase his money. She didn't flatter his ego. She just lived. And slowly, dangerously, Obinna found himself falling. But Lagos is a city with many eyes. Soon, whispers began. Photographs leaked, the billionaire at a buka, sitting with Chicken Girl. The tabloids screamed, the supermodels fumed, the board members shook their heads. "You will destroy everything," his sister Ngozi warned. "You will embarrass this family." But Obinna didn't care. For once in his life, he wasn't chasing wealth or power. He was chasing peace. Then came the storm. At a high society gala surrounded by the elite, Obinna walked in with Amara. Heads turned, mouths fell open, laughter rippled across the hall. "A roadside chicken seller?" One woman sneered. Another whispered, "This must be a stunt. He'll drop her soon." But Obinna stood tall, holding Amara's hand. That night, he declared, This is the woman I love. The room froze. The headlines the next morning exploded like fire. The backlash was swift. Business partners threatened to pull out. Investors panicked. Supermodels released bitter interviews. One ex spread lies, claiming Amara had bewitched him with charms. Even Amara's own family turned against her. "This man will destroy you," her mother warned. "You don't belong in his world." And for the first time, Amara doubted. She pulled away, whispering to Obinna, "Maybe they're right. Maybe you deserve better." Obinna, heartbroken, stood in the rain outside her buka one night, his expensive suit drenched, his voice trembling. "Amara, I don't need better. I just need real. And you are the only real thing in my life." Slowly, she stepped out into the rain, lifted his hand, and said, "Then let them talk. Let the whole world laugh. I don't care." And that was the night. Their love became unbreakable. But the world wasn't done fighting them. The press hunted her. The business elite mocked her. Obinna's empire shook. And yet, he held on. At board meetings, he declared, "If any investor wants to leave, leave. I will rebuild with those who remain." Slowly, the respect he lost began to return. People realized this man would not be moved by gossip. His power did not come from supermodels or champagne galas. His power came from his courage to choose love over image. But one last test remained. A rival CEO, jealous of Obinna's strength, plotted to ruin him. Leaks, false stories, sabotage. The stock crashed. For the first time, Obinna's empire was on the edge of collapse. He was distracted by that chicken girl. Love has blinded him. But Amara stood by his side. Nights when the office lights burned till dawn, she brought him food. She encouraged him. "You built this once. You can build it again." And with her by his side, Obinna fought back, stronger than ever. Months later, the headlines told a different story. Okeke Group rises stronger. Investors returned. The rival CEO crumbled. And beside Obinna, always smiling, always real, was Amara, no longer just the chicken girl, but the woman who helped him rebuild everything. So why would a billionaire CEO choose a chicken girl over supermodels? Because wealth can buy beauty, but it cannot buy peace. Because glitz can draw a crowd, but it cannot fill an empty heart. In the end, Obinna chose what mattered most: authenticity, truth, and love. And that, my friends, is the moral of this story. Do not let society tell you who deserves your love. Do not let the noise of the world drown out the quiet voice of your own heart. True connection will always outshine glamour, and real love will always be worth the risk. What about you? Who was your favorite character in this story? The fearless Amara or the stubborn but brave Obinna? What lesson did you take away from this? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget, if this story moved you, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Because many more African stories, filled with love, mystery, and truth, are waiting for you right here. Thank you, and see you in the next story.